Hello guys, Gene here with G Squared Tactical. What we're going to be talking about today is a Springfield Armory Emissary 1911. This is the 4-inch version that does not have the 3-slot pick rail. They do make this in a more traditional 5-inch version in a 9mm and a 45 that does have the 3-slot pick rail. A lot of times people show me their guns. I come across as a little snooty. I've been talking about guns, shooting guns, handling guns for as long as I can remember, so rarely am I impressed with a gun. And initially when I saw this on the shelf, I'd say I probably felt the same way about it until I actually held it. To be honest, when I first saw it with this like real shiny, almost chrome-like, on the sides of the slide here, I wasn't sure how I felt about that. I wasn't real sure how I felt about the front serrations, if that's what you want to call them. They're unusable. They're in no way are they practical for use. So if you like front serrations for use or to press check, you're not going to like that about it. But I have been told from some research and some guys at the gun store that they're not really serrations. It was just more of an aesthetic thing, also functional in that it took some of the weight away from the gun by removing some of the metal. And also you'll notice on the slide where it is different from a 1911, it also has these angle cuts on the top of the slide that also reduces weight. Also, the very top does not have that sheen or shine or chrome-like finish. It is very dull blue finish that has the 40 line per inch, like from the front sight to the rear sight. All of this to reduce glare, and aesthetically it looks pretty good as well. I noticed that when I held the gun, the first thing I noticed is I really did like how the grip, this grenade pattern grip profile, the front and the rear is kind of made into the frame. And then you have these same style, grenade style VZ grips that are very aesthetically pleasing, but beyond that it feels really great. It just feels good. You feel like you got a nice, good, solid purchase on the gun. And another thing you'll notice is a lot of times when you hold some of the newer 1911s, especially when they shorten them up with 3-inch, 4-inch barrels, they'll feel light. They'll have a light feel. This does not have a light feel to it. It is actually a very weighty gun, but that is because although aluminum is strong, and they've done great things in aluminum frames and so forth, they've come a long way. There'll be no doubt with this one. This is stainless steel, so it is a steel frame, and we also have a carbon steel slide. So it's a hunk of a gun. And when I first picked it up and I started to rack the slide, I must admit that I was struggling a great deal. This is unloaded. I was struggling a great deal to bring the slide back. In fact, my wife could not even get it halfway back. It was extremely tight. And I must say that I was very, very worried about it having a huge break-in period. I will say that we had to go to an indoor range because we weren't able to get out to the range. Is good ways away from here where we shoot outdoors, so I had to shoot indoors with this, and they don't allow video cameras or phone videos or anything like that. So you just gonna have to take my word that it did not malfunction. And I was shooting some range ammunition, which I believe was some MagTech flat nose ammunition, so definitely not the greatest ammunition to be breaking in what I knew to be a very, very tight pistol. This is match grade bushingless bull barrel, which, as you know, it comes with a little Allen key here. Got to have a lot of thumb strength to take this thing down. It is difficult to clean, but that's one of the I guess one of the drawbacks to, you know, having a very well-made 1911. Again, it's not aluminum, it is a steel frame, steel slide, VZ grips, does have rear slide serrations, unusable front serrations, if that's what you want to call them. I think it's more just for aesthetics and to cut down on the overall weight of the gun. It does have a tritium filled luminescent front sight, night sight. It has the U-notch or U-dot rear sight, almost very similar, if not exactly like the Hellcat sights. That again is another thing that's not necessarily traditional about a 1911, as typically on a 1911 you see the dovetail rear sight. Not sure initially what I thought about it, and before I even shot it, I made mention that I would probably replace this rear sight with more of a dovetail type sight. After shooting it and after Trey shot it, and I will admit that Trey did shoot a little better with it than I did, but he's a lefty, and I told him I thought that was because the sight was pushed a little further to the left than the right. Maybe not. Anyway, it was very, very accurate. The sight seemed to perform well for me, so I'm gonna give them a chance and see how it turns out. But anyway, back to the gun itself. It has a skeletonized hammer which delivers ultra fast lock times, flat face polymer trigger. Some people are not fans of polymer triggers. They like a more traditional, you know, metal trigger, but it works. It feels very nice. It's not rounded. Like I said, it's very flat. It fits your finger very well. Tremendous reset. About a 5-pound trigger, which is what you would expect. Again, if you're a trigger snob, you'll probably be a huge fan of this trigger. The MSRP on this is about $13.49. I think out the door I paid about $13. The rate of twist on the barrel is 1 in 16. It does come with 2 8-round magazines. These are Metcar magazines. Like I said, it is weighty. It's almost 40 ounces. It does have a tactical style thumb safety, which I like. It's a nice little rest when you're shooting, so you don't accidentally knock the thumb safety up. Also very easily manipulated. It's not flimsy, floppy. I can't stand a real flimsy safety on a 1911. That there's something about that just drives me crazy. It's a nice positive sound. Nice. It's a really nice safety is what I'm trying to say. And this is a tactical style. It does have grooves or lines on the top of the safety. Again, this gun is very, very difficult to break down and clean, but again, also that is just one of the things you'll have to accept with a quality made 1911. It is not necessarily an extended mag release, but I do not find myself having to change my grip in order to drop the magazine. So in that case, that's very nice, works very well. It does very, very positively and with some force eject the magazine, so there's no issue with that. Overall, I told you I was not easily impressed with guns. Overall, I'm definitely very, very impressed with this gun. I'm very impressed with how it performed on the range. Flawlessly, very accurate. It is slowly becoming one of my favorite 1911s, and it's not necessarily traditional. Like I said, it has this squared off trigger guard. The underneath the trigger at the back here is not undercut necessarily, but again, it doesn't matter. It still just holds very, very well. The overall length on this particular 4-inch model is about 7 3/4 inches. So, you know, it will conceal well. It won't conceal as well as a 3-inch 1911, of course, but it does conceal very, very well. Again, with it being a little weighty, some people might not like it. I would recommend more of, say, like a paddle holster or a belt holster, you know, something you can really tighten up on it. I would say inside the waist, I don't know, I guess, you know, to each his own, I suppose, but definitely wants a solid holster to carry this with, because like I said, it does have a little bit of weight to it. I don't really know what else to say necessarily about this gun. I can't wait to be able to get out to the range where we can actually put up a video of us shooting this gun and show you just how accurate it is, just how much fun it was to shoot, you know, how reliable it was. Again, we were shooting some, I'm certain that the brand was MagTech. I know that it was brass flat nose ammunition, which is definitely not an ammunition that you necessarily want to use to break in a very tight gun, but it done fine. It was flawless. I absolutely loved it. The finish on this gun is flawless, absolutely flawless. It is very unique. It's like when you first see the new model of a new vehicle or something, and maybe you're not a fan of it, but it grows on you. Well, I guess that's kind of what happened here. Trey went to buy a 1911 and picked this up, and I told him, I said, hey, I would buy that. And he ended up buying a Magnum Research that day, and now he regrets that. He wants this gun. I think me and him both thought when we first saw it, man, that's ugly. But it's really not. It's really a very beautiful, aesthetically pleasing gun. And it came in a cardboard box, no plastic case or anything like that. Like I said, it did come with 2 Metcar 8-round magazines. I typically change my magazines out for Wilson Combat. You can call me a snob if you want to, but they are the best magazines on the market. It did come with a fairly decent, nice little soft carrying case here, and that's all you really need. I don't really need all these plastic cases and things. Sorry about the dogs yakking over there. Anyway, so I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I'm sorry that we were not able to get any range videos up for you just yet. We definitely are working on that. Hope to get it to you soon. Like I said, yours may have a little break in because it was very tight. If that be the case, I promise you it's worth giving it time and giving it a chance, because I believe you will overall love this 1911 pistol just as we did. And I think that this is the new face of 1911 pistols. I think they've done something very special with this gun, and I believe that you'll be a fan as well. So thanks for watching today. Be sure to turn on your alerts so you know when a video is coming up or has been posted, and make sure you hit the like button and comment. We love to hear your comments, good or bad. We always respond. We love constructive criticism, and I hope you enjoyed the video today. Thanks for watching.